that interacted with Violet Teacher. Back then, you wouldn't really fear it too much, and nowadays, Violet Teacher seems to be much stronger when you don't have Death's Bite. Or similarly, Swipe.
I really feel this is a very one-sided matchup in the Druid's favor, but the G2 Warrior has come ahead in this matchup a few times already, so it's certainly not hopeless by any means.
Well, you're still looking for these early weapons. Fiery War Axe, not bad. And a couple of dragons with dragon synergy. So it looks like if you can stabilize from the early game, you will have a reasonable amount of mid-game power coming from the warrior. Druid, in the meantime, a couple of really good cards as well. So whose starting hand do you like better, Crypt?
Well, that's a turn 3 and a turn 4 Azure Drake. And the Azure Drake doesn't care about Fiery War Axe, so I think I prefer the Druids right now.
It's true. Used to care about Death's Bite, but not the War Axes.
I don't even see it as a big deal to not attack with a Fiery War Axe, as, again, if you're going to get Harrison, he's going to have to innervate it out. It's not too big of a deal. Goes the armor up instead, though. I guess that is perhaps to pad the shield slam.
Yeah, and also give him coin flexibility in the following turns. But innervate Azure Drake into Azure Drake is fine. You might look at like, oh, I'm floating a mana crystal, but you know, you want to get onto the
Much
board.
better than doing nothing. Yeah.
Well, is this a shield slam?
You have a bunch of like wraths and swipes and those kinds of cards. Like that's what you have to put your opponent on.
Okay, I like it. Shield slam. Just really eliminate this threat immediately. Druid can refill its hand a little bit too. Ooh, interesting.
There's a Druid of the Claw, but I think I would prefer to see the Azure Drake. The Druid of the Claw doesn't act
War Axe or some combination thereof. I guess it is more resilient to things like Blackwing Corruptor and Bash, though. So. It feels like there's a lot of debate. You can go back and forth on it a lot.
Well, we're certainly right about that.
What I do like about Azure Drake, though, is that it gets out ahead of the board if you want to use Swipe next turn. So if you anticipate a 5 health minion, or 6 health minion in the case of the Twilight Guardian. I like it. I like setting up the weapon this turn. Blackwing Corruptor gets much stronger the following turn. The Twilight Guardian can get bullied pretty easily, and then you're stuck with like a 4/4 minion, and you're back at square one where it's just like you don't have the optimal removals. So I like Alex Raja's charge. Twilight Guardian it is. Lifecoach sees the line, which he optimized it. The advantage of this is if this doesn't go...
a better swipe, or swipe plus wrath next turn.
Yeah, but you're floating a mana that way. Force of Nature just to get past...
Whoa.
So he's like, really invested.
Really next level play. We're getting all of them wrong right now.
Well, I mean, these guys are really invested into like analyzing the matchup. So what Ostkaka is doing is identifying that this minion... He's saying, life got a little bit greedier with it and develop something else instead.
I feel this turn is even harder of a decision. Like the last turn, both the options were pretty good. I feel this turn, all your options are pretty horrible.
What now?
Oh man, you know, Azure Drake disables the dragon synergy for Lifecoach, and that is a pretty big punish.
Yeah, that's a huge Wrath play now.
Yeah, Wrath or Swipe. I mean, it depends on what you really want to do. The Azure Drake gives you the ability to draw.
Yeah.
Mana Raptor's slightly stickier, but this is really big.
Okay, and this incremental advantage is really mounting up here. Now with Lifecoach on no dragon draw, I feel like he's actually in a... Because or maybe he was willing to wager that fact.
Yeah, of like drawing another dragon, but you only have 2 draws to do it. Oh man, and it's because he's held on to this for so long, he might have given up his ability to win back the board and consequently the game.
I think he
Maybe the
just
force
targeted.
of nature. Maybe the force of nature really mind gamed Lifecoach. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think he targeted the Druid of the Claw with the Blackwing Corruptor, thinking that he had a dragon in hand.
But you can't.
He was investing in.
Or Alex Browser's charge. Either way, it didn't really matter. Ostkaka's kind of baffled too. He's like, well, guess I'm just gonna swipe and pressure here.
Yeah. Seems good.
Oh man, you don't even really want to. I mean, you don't want to lose ever, but you don't want to lose like this, Crip.
It's a dragon!
It's a dragon!
Too late.
Oh no, you can't. You don't have enough mana. You only have 8 mana. I was gonna think you play Fiery War Axe, Alex Strauss's charge with Brand Bronzebeard, and then
Get
you.
that 4.
Yeah, but it's just.
Oh man, I was thinking that too. I think we've been like mesmerized by that.
Yeah.
Never forget this.
Aw. So no threat of Force Nature Savage War, but you've got the next best thing, which is the. Pretty sure you
Well,
want.
he's really played with trying to keep his minions as healthy as possible. So I think maybe he was evaluating whether it's worth it to kill the monkey with the Living Roots and Hero Power.
Yeah, it's a possibility as well. I mean,
Now, I
I
think
say
he's
you kinda
evaluating
go
if he wants
for
to
it.
keep the 4 health healthy. And that turns out to be a very good decision with that RNG on the random 1-drop.
Well, the Alex Strauss's charge is still pretty helpful here to remove, but we know that in the grand scheme of things, there's nothing really to stop the Ragnaros from having full impact. So, Lifecoach,
Swipe.
right? Any kind
Oh,
of
9,
4
puts you on
damage
9.
swords plus hero power would be it. But you know, to do his due diligence, he's gonna try to see it out. We've seen pretty crazy comebacks before, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this one requires one of the craziest you'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So game 1 in the books. How does he choose to do it? He can do it with swipe. He can do it with rag.
No, you don't do it with Rag. I think if you have Rag in one deck, there might be some chance you have Rag in more than one deck. Bit of a struggle for Ostkaka to seal this one up as well.
Yeah, well, we'll see. The rogue is the interesting X factor here. How does it relate to the warrior? We've been talking about it. Fire War Axe is pretty much as good as it gets early on for rogue. Rogue has an abundance of 3/3 minions or things that you can pair with 3 damage to kill things. Most notably in the Farseer and the SI. So, very good.
Whoa, that hand is bad. Oh my god. How do you even draw that badly?
Well, it's okay. Just pick up Gadget Sand in the next 5 turns.
This,
He
doesn't
has
look
dark-
like the hand of a world champion.
He has a chance of this. Not getting ahead of ourselves, Crip. He has to first draw a dragon, you know, before anything else. Which is how it works, guys. It's not if you have a dragon in your deck. It's if you're holding a dragon.
Oh my god.
Well, okay. Let's also be real here. You're not really doing anything on turns 1 or 2 as rogue. So
No.
still, it's still okay. If he picks up a single 3-drop, I would say his hand's actually okay.
Yeah, you're right, but it is amazing on how bad that hand is right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's comical because the effect of the Tomb Pillager gives you more coins, which is like small preps, you know?
Armor.
Prep coin, that's a good play.
Yep. Okay, it's something to do instead of redagger.
Next few turns kind of planned out, so.
Next turn you Tomb Pillager, the following turn you Tomb Pillager again. I like Shiv, just because again it's like I can understand if it was some other spell that has a lot of impact turn. What I do like about playing the Fire War Axe is that you set up a coin Blackwing Corruptor the following turn, but I do like the Cloak Taskmaster.
I just think that the 3/3 buffed Armorsmith is actually a ridiculously big threat.
Yeah, for sure. It's super overstated. It gives you a lot of power into trades.
Thank you.
Tomb Pillager comes down. Blackwing Corruptor, or even the Fiery War Axe. All viable options here. On 5 mana, your opponent usually is like playing Azure Drake. So if you do that, your Blackwing Corruptor in the worst case scenario gets Azure Drake backstab and the hero power Rogue Dagger used to clear it. But you can rebound from that because you have an ability to remove that Drake pretty easily. If he's gonna go for the I'm in on the auctioneer play, just why not the Tomb Pillager? Just go all out.
Because the Tomb Pillager doesn't draw you any cards, and you want the auctioneer next turn. So if you play the, I guess not. But if you play the Thalnos and the Fan of Knives, you draw 3 cards.
I like that. Lifecoach is gonna take it a little bit slower. One more time, doesn't want to overextend. But if there's anything that we've learned in this format, it's that being aggressive really forces your opponent in an awkward spot because they don't have Sludge Belcher, they don't have Healbot, and both those cards are used defensively, and Rogue sometimes has 5-drop minions.
Oh!
Whoa! Did I tell you to believe, Crip?
Damn, well that is
14
believing.
mana available this turn. 5, 8... Wait. Oh, man. He's just going off. Just completely autopilot, just like going super quick, not even really thinking about it, because he knows that he can run out of time.
Yeah,
so he
have
goes
to
to
sack
the
the
opposite,
Armorsmith.
coin conceal, coin prep to get the most mana possible. Backstab's not bad. Another draw. And he can go for the prep fan to draw even more. Oh my goodness. He's drawing his entire deck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah,
8,
it's gonna work.
9 cards drawn this turn. 10 if you count the Gadget's End itself.
I think I really like the Fan here. I think he's maybe considering a sap, but you got to sap a taunt for the lethal turn. Oh, Van Cleef, not today.
Just a little bit too late. Oh man.
But that's not a lot of damage in hand. There's no way he's doing like 35 next turn. There's 0 chance of that. But actually, the Warriors is on 2 this turn, and I think he would have won 100%. But I still think the Warrior, if you play aggressively, still has a good chance here.
Well, he's running out of time. What are you gonna do, Lifecoach? He's gonna play Armorsmith, get to work with the weapon. I mean, one weapon is
Alstron's champion. No.
He has enough mana to do Alstron's champion next turn.
Right, but it misses an attack here, doesn't it?
I guess you're anticipating it dying either way because of the gadget. He has another conceal in the deck, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't mind sapping. Yeah, I don't mind sapping to draw and start things off. Definitely want a farce here. Wow, what a waste. Does that mean you shiv? Oh my goodness. Just gonna dagger up.
Shiv is not good either. I think you have to dagger up. Or, yeah, Blood Mage.
Yeah, this is fine too. Just gotta get it out there. Warrior has 9 damage right now.
Nope.
Just not enough. Like, hypothetically, if you could just put all that damage in.
Gadgeon stays alive, the Warrior's definitely dead. But Lifecoach,
tough call.
Lifecoach obviously assumes that. I think Lifecoach is going to make the correct maneuvers here to kill the Auctioneer. Guess not.
He's trying to go for a sneaky lethal. He's trying to go for an 8 mana Fiery War Axe, Albatross, Charge Bash.
Okay.
Except he's going to get some bad news about the second Farseer. Because your opponent didn't kill a 3/3 minion. with a Fiery War Axe, which is like, I mean, that match percentage for a dating profile, Fiery War Axe and a 3/3 is like 99%. So the fact that he didn't actually kill it is pretty telling that he has like a base plan to win the game. So I would be very surprised if Ostkaka didn't go for a Farseer play here.
Oh wow, that's such a bad draw.
Second gadget stand. He has the Cold Bloods. I'm really curious if he has a Charger finisher. We still haven't seen anything like it. But with 2 Conceals and a Cold Blood, maybe he doesn't have it at all. He's just all in on the minion plan. Lifecoach is still so close, but so far. Variant Ren is nothing. Oh my goodness. Blatant super miracle finishers from what it looks like. It's just minions and gadget sands. Oh man, that feels really bad. Oh my goodness. And he's gonna have to clear the gadget sand, but it's too late. The damage has been done.
I think there's no way that he stays alive.
4,
This
9,
has to be
11. I count 14. Oh wait, 16 damage? Does he have enough mana to do that?
Yeah, I
3,
think so.
5, 7, 10 mana. I count 10 mana to do it. Wait, what if he Drake is
So many
6?
No, it's easy lethal. It's not even 10 minutes.
Don't you need a dagger and oh wow, now you drew the second eviscerate.
I think one was enough.
Well played.
Okay, well, that wraps it up. To remove any doubt.
Okay. Done game. Man, I really feel if drawn from his Gadson combo. But yeah. Oh well. I guess we'll move on to another game here. Ostkaka is on his final deck, his final point here. These players
Play Leper Gnome and then Feral Spirits. All of those are very good lines, so I like keeping the right 3 minions for Ostkaka.
Okay, well he's taking his time. These are 2 very, very methodical players.
I wonder what the merit is for having Sir Finley and the timing of it. A lot of times against Druid, you just want to get damage. You don't really care about life tap as much. But we saw that there are some really unique cases of using Finley effectively. Zalay picked Paladin hero power over the Hunter one and Druid one because he wanted to build the board.
Alright, turn 1 Totem Golem. It's pretty good because it crushes just about everything, but that does not include Violet Teacher.
Actually,
Actually, it does. Rock Biter.
Yeah. You were hunting aspirants, and you got a Violet Teacher and something else. Because the Wrath gives another 1/1 token, which makes things like the Argent Horse Rider worse too. And the Leper Gnome.
Alright.
Much needed trade.
Good trade from the Shaman.
Would you hero power this in Conservation of Wrath? Or would
No, this is 3 damage. I think at 3 damage, you start Wrathing. You know, we had the discussion about 2 damage earlier. Oh, what an amazing draw!
Wow, that's perfect. That's the best draw.
Yeah, it is. Here we'll have to Feral Spirits. I mean, there's no way you're dropping 1-drops and that kind of junk against army at 1/1s, especially going into a turn 4 play.
My goodness, some of these draws, like right on time, have a pretty big impact on stuff. You know, like that Gadget Sand Auctioneer right on time, and getting able to squeeze into Living Roots is a pretty big deal. Although right now the Feral Spirits puts a big halt into those plans.
I like the play where you play the Darnassus Aspirant and kill off one of the Feral Spirits.
Yeah, you protect your Darnassus by doing this as well, which, if you play Druid the Claw next, you might have an opportunity to hit 7 mana very quickly. And I mean, I think you're really starting to see the effects and impacts of not having a Dr. Boom and Druid, because sometimes one of the best ways to catch up is to be super aggressive with like a Dr. Boom, and your aggro can't trade
That
into
draw.
it.
It's perfect.
Yeah, is in almost every deck as the first string replacement for Pilot Shredder. I guess I would make it a second string, but Leper Gnome with the Abusive Sergeant, the most damage onto the board. I agree with it. The Sir Finley is just a good thing to do to fill out your mana. The stats aren't terribly impressive as the game progresses. Where is this turn? Because you can always use Farseer to like heal your minion or your face, and it gives you more options.
I actually kind of like Farseer a decent amount. It does challenge the board about as much as Druid of the Claw does. But if you taunt in front of an injured minion, you usually get a lot of nice value from that play.
Yeah, that's also a good point.
Regardless, looks pretty good still. Well, mostly for the Shaman.
Yeah, I mean, the Shaman still has a lot of leverage with, like, Sir Finley and Ancestral Knowledge. It might draw damage from sources that's not existent. Oh my god, the 3 worst ones. Well, you know, Dagger Mastery sometimes isn't too bad. Life Tap, Shapeshift, and Steady Shot. Those are the Hunter, the Druid, and the Warlock ones. And then in the middle tiers are like Paladin and Shot.
I wonder what the chances are to get the worst 3 hero powers all at the same time. That's pretty horrible.
Yeah, I don't actually know off the top of my head, but he picks the Rogue Dagger just so he can get that extra damage as a ping. You know, and it's dangerous because the more you use the Rogue hero power, you never know if Druid ever flips the tables and just goes ahead and use Force of Nature Saboteur to win the game.
With the Azure Drake, you can possibly Wrath 2, draw a card, and kill something bigger. I like the Keeper on the taunt and hero power on the 2/1.
I must safeguard the land.
Yep.
Taking it just pretty slow. Typical Lifecoach format, or sorry, turn here. And in this format, you really have to just be really cautious of like what the Shaman can do. Doomhammer on 5 mana available.
Okay, I guess you do miss the 4 damage. Let's go Doomhammer. Yep.
Oh. Okay, well, Ostkaka agrees with you. And it could be one of those things where if you play the... I mean, if you play the Doomhammer right now, he feels like maybe he can't get the damage in with the Arch and Horse Rider, and he wants to get value out of that first before there's like a big minion or like a bunch of small minions to challenge it. Drake as well.
I wonder.
He's gonna Wrath for 1, try to get a better option. That is a great option.
That's for next turn. For now, you can probably just use your hero power, right?
I don't know about that.
You want to just
think I would-
aggravate instead?
Yeah, I think you would never use your hero power, actually. I think if you didn't play the Azure Drake, you'd heal yourself in Living Roots for 2/1/1s. Joust effect. So, well
It has to
attributed.
joust with the Innkeeper, and it shows
Yeah.
you the final result. The
All
Knife
right.
Juggler with the Tuskar Jouster is the dream. Get the Flame Tongue Totem for the ultimate value.
And we get the correct positioning there. We want to put the potential totem, potential Flame Tongue Totem in the right spot beside the one attacker. Well, this is a damn good swipe.
Yeah, really
This
good.
might be the turning point of the game.
5 damage to face. Farseer to get out of that range, and Ostkaka is punished. I would say, how do you...
I could not play cards in order to play around this one card.
I mean, it's the same matchup, though, so ultimately you understand it, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, some damage. Time to Doomhammer and see what you got.
This is
Doomhammer.
absolutely the time to Doomhammer.
So 6 to the face. But Lifecoach has not only taunt, but he also has heal.
Yeah,
It's so far from actually being over. Well, it's actually it's over the other way. Like, Drew's gonna kill Shaman way before Shaman's killing Druid.
there is a way to win this game, and that is ancestral knowledge into ancestral knowledge, and get an Earth Shock and 2 Rock Biters.
Yeah.
No, he's already used the Rock Biter, didn't he? He's the Rock Biter to kill a Vile Teacher.
Yep. So if he has 1 Rock Biter and 1 Lightning Bolt.
Well, the minion's never going to stay alive. It'll have to be a Rock Biter, Lava Burst.
But he doesn't have enough mana to do that.
Yeah,
though.
there's not enough mana to do that.
Mm.
Yeah, looks like this is Lifecoach's game here. There's got to be some serious slip-ups for that to change, I think.
Hex.
That's a Hex!
What? Oh, we saw that earlier, the Hex.
Wow.
Weird stuff, man. But, I mean...
Looks pretty dead still.
Yeah. It, like, it's inconsequential.
Yeah.
Oh! He had lethal anyways, but just to show the top deck, I like it.
Alright, well,
Game number 3 in
Lifecoach
the books.
will not be swept today.
That's right. He's got to go through.
Factor. G2 has stepped up their game. I don't believe any Archon players have actually qualified for the final day, and G2 might actually have 3, all of them.
Well, Amnesiac did qualify. Yesterday.
Oh, that's right. My mistake. My mistake.
Yeah, yesterday we had Tice, Strife Crow, Amnesiac, and let me pull up the one final player. Trump qualified. So cool stuff all around. We had some really good matches yesterday, and today has been very fun so far. The winner of this goes on to day 3 to win up nerfed more than the combo itself, because there are some ridiculous damage combos that exist in the game for a similar amount of cards.
Yeah, it's just so the flexibility and the ability to ramp and all that stuff, and the simplicity of the combo using cards that are also both good independently, which is generally not the case with other combos. I think overall pushes it a bit too much, and I think there's just no doubt about that based on the evidence that we see in this tournament.
Sure. I'm not completely disagreeing with you. And establish some board tempo. Again, being another huge MVP early on.
Yeah, certainly looks that way. Ooh, that also kind of works, but I feel that is more likely to be punished. I would prefer.
It's definitely more appropriate. There is something to note that you know, you can play the Wormrest Agent and the Hero Power next turn, so that's like pretty efficient. Although I didn't really notice you, so you can always play Twilight Guardian just for itself too. For some reason, I thought Doomhammer ready, which is one of those really funny scenarios. Once again, we mentioned Harrison on a Doomhammer, only to be followed up by another Doomhammer. Do you have enough resources to stop Doomhammer number 2? But the thing is, if you kill a Doomhammer on curve, they can't Doomhammer the following turn because they'll be overloaded. So you do get ahead of that. Plus, the Harrison body is no joke. It can help you really control the state of the board and even raise.
Yeah, I didn't quite notice how doomed the shamans are when that happens.
It's so devastating, but it's not impossible to win. I've seen people win from that position. Just one of the difficulties is that, again, Priest gets so many cards available to it that it doesn't matter what they what they really do on the board. They'll just have so many answers on the hand. But that was back when they have like a lot of AoEs that are more consistent, and you know, they have like Twilight Guardian, Valence Chosen, make an Ancient of War, and you can't get through. Now it's a little bit different.
All right, well, here we go. It's going to be another set of tons of stats in the way.
Yeah. 5 mana, 14 stats.
Hey.
It's worse against Elemental Destruction, though, but that's about it.
Wow. You think that's what he's playing around? Oh man,
I don't
the
think
trauma is real.
I don't think so.
The 2-4 one time. I think you do the second attack with a 2-3.
Yep,
Because
completely fair in my books.
Yeah, with 2 Doom Hammers, if you win, you know you're not going to end up with much health in the end.
Oh, he's playing around the Harrison. He knows what's coming. It's a possibility. He's going to use Feral Spirits and lock himself. And I guess he's just going to follow the Ancestral Knowledge train. He's going to use it next turn to try to draw some cards and get an opportunity to win the game. It seems like all these shamans in general, when they realize Harrison Jones, that Doomhammer getting Harrison, you won't even have the opportunity to use Rockbiter unless you somehow Lava Shock on 6-mana turn. It's a lot of like these mana plays and planning that requires the deck to make sure that you're not just autopiloting and just doing whatever all the time. You do have to be very cautious at times that you might gift yourself. There's one Rockbiter.
There's one Rockbiter, but if you play Ancestral Knowledge, you can't play the Rockbiter with the Doomhammer next turn.
Yeah. You can force a Harrison Jones, followed by a Doomhammer Rockbiter finish of some kind. I mean, that would be a pretty sneaky way to lethal your opponent. He also gets a taunt minion, which... Oh, never mind. He's not killing. He's not trading. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, he's looking at his hand. Is like, that's a lot of damage. I'm going for it.
Yeah. Priest's gonna start picking apart the trades. Wormrest Agent, Blackwing Technician, all of them heal. I mean, I love a lot of the plays here. I'll probably get the heal in, and I would also debate healing myself because
I think here you actually do play around Elemental Destruction. By the way, I think if you're ever traumatized by that card, right now is where you play around it a little bit.
By not playing the 3/5 or something or what.
I at least the Twilight Whelp. I think you have to heal instead of playing a Twilight Whelp. It's just going to be a disaster once again.
I'll hit my own face. It's clear that he ignored a very easy trade for a board. It's still not the most safe thing in the world, and Lifecoach recognizes it, goes for the heal. Burn the rope all the way down.
Oh god. Alright. Well. Overload is a big problem this game for Ostkaka.
Yeah, if he had access to every mana...
Oh, and Lifecoach is jumping for joy now.
Is he? Let's see.
No, he's not jumping for joy. But he's jumping for joy on the inside.
Excitement. His eyes are opening wide. Hello, Harrison Jones. Yeah, it's pretty much from this point on, you're gonna be killing your opponent. You have 7, 10, and then next turn you just got lethal on board. Even heal yourself if you're super unsure of things.
I would definitely heal myself here, but I think I would put a Power Word Shield on the Azure Drake along with a heal, because with 2 Holy Smites, the Shaman's going to have to remove a lot of minions.
Playing around Elemental Destruction this way.
Oh, I see.
I like the heal yourself play. Again, he's interpreting his hands very aggressive. That is 5, 11, 15 damage. So if he kills the Drake, he thinks he's alive.
Yeah, but there's... I mean, Ostkaka has to take this risk because he's so far behind, but it's obviously not going to work out, and he's going to get crushed by this completely full hand of Lifecoach.
It's just so nuts how big the Harrison makes this huge difference in this matchup. Without it, you're so vulnerable to the Doomhammer. You can't really stop whatsoever. All right, game number 5. Lifecoach once again being down 0-2. And he
Coming back pretty big.
And take it all the way, being a comeback kid. I don't know. It's
a few early game counter plays. Fiery War Axe being a great one. Alistair as a champion being a great one. And I think Armor Smith and maybe a Cruel Tap.
The dragon to activate.
Yeah.
Bash is also a reasonable keep. If you're going to coin 2/2, Bash gives you a 3-mana option to do something. So I guess the process elimination is if you feel like trading one shield block is good enough to get a chance for a dragon, or if you want to get another dragon chance, you throw away Bash as well.
All right. Well, Leopardome comes down. Oh, no dragon.
I still think you coin Alex Strauss as champion, though.
It looked like I would not be surprised to see the Fiery Warx here. I would also not be surprised to see it pass.
Fiery Warx still has a lot better presence over whatever gets played next. I think the champion is good at absorbing the damage. And as such, on the Shaman side, you want to use the Totem Golem. Because you don't really want to use the Ancestral Knowledge till later stages of the game. You can also use Ancestral Knowledge next turn, because you have 2 mana, but you can't flip it the other way. You can't play Ancestral Knowledge and Totem Golem. So,
Let's see the draw. Oh, it's a dragon.
a little bit short, but it's okay. You just lose 2 health because of it. Damage on the extra attack damage is not really relevant for the champion. Equip the Fire War Axe. Would you hit the Totem Golem?
Oh my god. I feel like if you do that, it's like the beginning of the end.
It's not the beginning of the end. It just feels
Double
really bad.
Doomhammer again. Oh, that's horrible. It's as if Tunnel Trogs don't even exist for Ostkaka. Has he even seen one, like, anywhere?
That, or he's playing more than 2 copies of Doomhammer. He draws both of them in the opening hand, both games. That's pretty unlikely. Calculate that for me, Crip. Quickly. All mapped out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really need a guidance counselor for that. You've got your path to success all mapped out right in front of you. Let's do it. Show that Totem Golem who's boss, and start hitting the face with your own champion. And very soon, because your opponent spent his entire turn drawing cards and overloading.
Like, what is he supposed to do here? I mean, I guess that was answered very easily. Totem up and try to get the 1/1, which he did. Best case.
1/1's not bad in this scenario.
You don't want to Earth Shock a 2/1 minion. You can't draw because you have to play a Doomhammer. You have to play a Doomhammer because there's 2 of them in your hand again. Right? I mean, what do you do?
Okay, Sir Finley's not the worst either, because if you Doomhammer, you can't even do anything else this turn. You're not going to attack twice into that, so let's see what Sir Finley grabs to. See who's down for an adventure.
Wow, the Shapeshift might be pretty good with the Doomhammers.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be spending your mana on Doomhammers. And you have Ancestral Knowledge, so maybe the direct damage is better with the Shapeshift.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it's better now. He gets to kill the 2/1.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Threat off the board.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, that was very well played by Ostkaka.
Blackwing Corruptor, though, gonna definitely try to fight back on board. Would you spend the last charge of the weapon to kill off a small 1 attack?
Absolutely. This play is very easy, isn't it?
There is merit to a bash, I guess, but I think the Blackwing Corruptor is the better play by a big margin.
Yeah.
Just because Bash does the same thing as Blackwing Corruptor, but for 2 more mana, you get to develop a 5/4. So. Alright.
Well, we know what time it is.
Let's get to work.
It's Doomhammering time. And next turn, it's draw Rockbiters right away time.
You have Ancestral Knowledge, which gives you the chance to draw the Rockbiters, maybe even 2 Rockbiters.
Actually, if he draws 2 Rockbiters and the Lightning Bolt, that's lethal.
So now here's something that Lifecoach will take his time evaluating. Should he bash to try to stay alive, or should he play Emperor Thorson? Thorson puts 12 damage onto the board. You do
No, I don't
7
think you. No, I think the Weaponsmith is better than the Emperor.
weaponsmiths.
Yeah, you get to armor up, and it
Yeah.
pushes for 5 damage as well. I mean, you don't have more than 3 turns anyway. So who cares?
It's true, but it's you still can die.
Mm.
So lava burst defensively and get 6
Do.
damage this turn. Another 12. Rock biter,
There's one of them.
There's little time.
so close. He's going for it.
Wow, maximum risk.
Wow. He's saying this is the best chance I have to win right now. 12 damage to the dome. 1 damage off lethal for Lifecoach.
And the most he can bounce up to is 10. And 10 damage is 10 is actually not enough.
Oh my
that's
goodness.
lethal!
He
That's
drew
lethal!
a Cool Taskmaster.
Lifecoach top decks lethal as the control warrior.
Wow. And he's gonna end Ostkaka's run here in the winners bracket. The fastest turn that Lifecoach has taken all tournament long. It was exact lethal because we forgot the Druid armor. They gave it
Yep.
+1, so that ends up being the exact case. What a series for Lifecoach. For first of all, he had delay to start things off with